Great to see you all, and early congratulations. I absolutely love doing senior banquets. The first time I ever saw a hypnotist was at my senior banquet. It kind of motivated me, something I loved, and I've been doing this for over 20 years. I've done tons of high schools, tons of colleges, and hopefully we're going to have a whole lot of fun together. Now, how many of you have ever seen a hypnosis show before? See, it's usually about what it is, maybe 10% of the hands, so some of you are in for a real treat. But I'll tell you a little bit about hypnosis, and you can see some chairs going out here. We're actually going to try and use the state of hypnosis on some people. But I'm going to give you like a little test to show you how the brain works and a little bit of how hypnosis works. So if you're willing to participate with this is an actual hypnosis. It's showing you how the brain works, and I want you to do exactly what I do. So everybody do exactly what I do, and take your right hand and hold it up in the air like this. Perfect. Now take your pointer finger and point it up towards the ceiling. Good. Now you're going to take your thumb, make the letter L. Put your thumb and your finger together to make a circle. Now take your circle and put it on your chin. See, your chin's down here. Now, how many of you actually put your circle on your cheek? Be honest, raise your hand. Now here's the thing, at the very beginning, I said it twice. I said, I want you to do exactly what I do. I said, do exactly what I do. I didn't say do what I say. So those of you who actually took your circle and put it on your cheek, your brain was following that suggestion to do what I do rather than what I say. So you actually did it correctly. Now we're going to do a couple different tests with different people, but actually let's go do one more right now, just to kind of see who some of our good volunteers might be to come up here. And so what I want you to do this time, you're going to cross all your fingers. And then I want you to take your two pointer fingers and touch them together. Now, I'm going to have you do this, don't do it just yet, but when I tell you to do it, you're going to spread those fingers nice and wide, and you're going to stare at the space right between your fingers. Now, hypnosis is all based on imagination. So I want you to really use your imagination and visualize what I'm telling you to do. So go ahead now, spread your two index fingers. Stare at the space in between the two, and I want you to imagine that there's two large magnets on the tips of your fingers. And if you really use your imagination and you really believe it to be, you're going to see your fingers slowly get closer and closer and closer together. And the more you try to not allow them to get closer, the closer and closer they're going to get. See those magnets getting stronger and stronger until some of you will actually see your fingers touch together. Now, how many was able to feel that to some degree? You felt your thing? All right, all kinds of hands. So people whose hands are up, you would be a great person to come up here and volunteer. Now, a lot of people get a little bit nervous about hypnosis because you see things on TV, you see their eyes go crazy and somebody's controlling their thoughts. But hypnosis has been around for hundreds, if not thousands of years. So kind of where we trace it back, there was a Dr. Mesmer. That's where we kind of get the word mesmerize. If you ever, those of you who have to take your SATs, I'm sure that word came up. But he would put people in trance-like states and be able to like heal them from things. And in the late 1800s, a Dr. Esdale, he performed thousands of surgeries with no anesthesia. He only used hypnosis. And then Freud and Erickson used hypnosis in their practice in the early 1900s. In 1950, the American Medical Association has approved it as an acceptable form of therapy. Now, just a couple things about it. First of all, it's all in your imagination. So if you volunteer up here, I never embarrass anybody. We just have a lot of fun together. But so here's an example of one thing that has happened in the past. So I was in a high school and we had all these students come up, and there was a biology teacher that decided, the kids kind of egged them on, and so the biology teacher comes up and he was sitting on this very last chair on the end. And one of the things I did is, especially since the biology teacher was there, I had all the men believe that they were pregnant. And I was going to have this biology teacher explain biologically how he's the first male in the history of the world to get pregnant. So this guy's down here, he's sitting on the end, and I have him believe that he's 9 months pregnant, so he's going to come up and be interviewed by me. So he's really struggling to, he's trying to get out of his chair, and he finally makes it up out of his chair and kind of waddles over. And I'm going to interview him and try and figure out how in the world did you get pregnant, how's this all going to work, and all that kind of stuff. So I tried to interview him, and he's kind of holding, I'm saying, is it a boy or is it a girl? Like, what are we going to name them? And that kind of thing. And all of a sudden, in the middle of this interview, he just turns away really quick, and he puts his hands over his eyes, and his back's to us, and he starts crying a little bit, like almost like a little whimper. And I had no idea, like, what happened, what's going on. So I go back over to him and kind of put my hand on his shoulder, and I said, what's the matter? And he looks at me, he said, the baby just fell out. So, hypnosis, again, it's all in your imagination. So I turned around, and I was like, oh, it's okay, look. There was a pillow on the ground, and the baby fell on the pillow. So he gets a big smile, and he picks up this fake little baby, and he goes over, and he sits on his end chair. And the entire show, this teacher, he doesn't pay any attention to me the entire show. He's over there. Every time I would look over at him, sometimes he's rocking his baby, sometimes he's feeding the baby. At one point in the show, I had people up here kind of dancing. He's actually got a stroller. There's no stroller. It's a fake stroller. And he's taking his baby for a walk. And so everything that happens up here is completely in your imagination. Sometimes people get afraid. What if I go up there and I tell like my deepest secrets and I don't want anybody to know? Because it's all imagination, that never happens. There's times I've had people come up here and they'll talk about something that happened in their childhood with their sister, like a funny story that they make up. And afterwards, you find out the person doesn't even have a sister, because it's all in their imagination. The second thing is, first of all, it's not a battle. So if you decide to volunteer and give this thing a shot tonight, if you want to come up here and try and trip me up and say, you know what, I'm going to show everybody this guy can't hypnotize me, you've already won. I don't have the ability to hypnotize anybody who doesn't want to. All I'm going to do is lead you into like a real sustained focus. So every single one of you, how many of you have been hypnotized before? Let me ask that question. It's not very many. And in reality, every single hand should go up, because about 70% of your day, as you're getting a little bit older, it goes down a little bit, but at least half your day is spent in some form of hypnosis. So if you're doing MRIs, PET scans of your brain, if you play video games and you get so engrossed in a video game, or let's say you go home and your little brother or little sister's watching a movie or playing a video game, and you say something and they hear you, but they have no idea what you actually just said, it's because their brain's in a state of hypnosis. I'm guessing most of you can drive, so if you're driving down the highway and you miss your exit and you're 10 miles past, and you wonder how in the world what was my mind doing, what was I thinking about, or maybe you drive home and you have no idea how you even got home, because you were so focused on something else. All of those are forms of hypnosis, and all of us go in and out of those throughout the day. So the last thing, they say 1 hour of hypnosis is equal to about 8 hours of sleep. So if you're not a good sleeper, like self-hypnosis is a great thing. If you come up here, I always tell people at the end of the show, you're going to feel better than you've probably ever felt in your entire life, but you're probably not going to sleep tonight, because it's kind of like, we got a little shorter time, but if you come up here for 35, 40 minutes tonight, when you're done, it's still going to be like 6, 7 hours of sleep, and you're going to feel absolutely great. All right, so what I want to do, hypnosis is kind of like the bell curve. Everybody goes in and out of hypnosis, but to get that focused attention, about 66% of people can kind of achieve like the good form of hypnosis, and then there's about 15% that are like great subjects, and then there's like a 2% that's like off the charts really good. So to start out, I always try and find that 15%, if I can find that 2%, that's excellent. So if you are able to bring your fingers together a little bit, and you would at least consider volunteering, I'm going to try one more test on you, and it's not going to be like the normal hypnosis yet, but I just want to find a good volunteer. So if your fingers were able to come together, if you don't mind standing up, I'm going to watch something here. I'm going to come back. The spotlights are a little bright up on the stage. Have a big round of applause for all these young ladies and just a couple gentlemen. That's all right. We'll still doing a good job with you. All right, so what we're going to do, the next part is, it's what's called the induction. So basically, all we're trying to do is get into these guys and these girls' imaginations. So if you've ever done virtual reality before, that's exactly, this is extreme virtual reality. So it's like you're going to see things that aren't really there, you're going to hear things that aren't really there, but you never lose control. There's no such thing as a hypnotist controlling somebody. So if you're under hypnosis and I tell you to go grab a gun and shoot somebody, you're not going to do that. Right away when I give you a suggestion and it's so absurd and goes beyond your moral values, you snap out of it right away. The other thing, if you get hypnotized and let's say I walk out of the room and I just leave you all up here. Again, it's a natural state. Most of you will just wake up after not hearing my voice for about 2-3 minutes. Some of you may just fall asleep and then just wake up normally. So there's nothing to be afraid of. And the other thing, it doesn't even feel weird. So this girl right here, what's your name? Sam. What did you have for dinner 3 days ago? Yeah. So as soon as I asked that question, she went into her subconscious mind, into her memory bank. I have no idea where that came from. Went off in my pocket. So as soon as I asked that question, her eyes glanced away. She went into her subconscious mind. So exactly what you just did was a form of hypnosis. If we were scanning your brain, the way your brain waves is the exact same way. So it doesn't feel like all crazy. To the people in the audience, it's going to look all crazy, but for all of you, it's not that much. Now this induction, I got it down. It takes me about 5-6 minutes to do. So this is the only part of the show that you all need to be as quiet as you can. And once we kind of go through the induction and get into their imaginations, basically what we're going to see is a lot of their personalities. And we'll see how their personalities come out. And so there's two things that we're going to do for people up on stage. First, we're going to relax your bodies, and then we're going to relax your minds. So just sit with your feet flat on the floor. People behind, you can just stand straight. And so what I want you to do is pick one of the spotlights. Find something bright. And I want you to put all your focus in that. Because what we're going to try and do is get your focus and your attention on a single thing. Now I'm going to play just a little bit of soft music in the background. And all you're going to do is follow my instructions. And what I want you to start doing is start taking those deep breaths again. Take a nice deep breath in. Keep staring at the spotlight. And then go ahead and exhale out. I'm going to do that 2 more times. Go ahead and take a nice deep breath in. And exhale out. One last time. Nice deep breath in. And this time as you exhale, just let your eyes close. Now throughout this, you may hear some people laughing. You may hear some noise in the audience. Each time it does, just allow the noise not to bother you, and actually make you go a little bit deeper and feel a little bit more relaxed. And what I want you to do is start to focus your attention. Those of you who are standing in the back, just notice your feet, how they're firmly planted on the floor. If you're in a chair, I want you to put all your attention on the chair. Notice how it fully supports you. You don't need to do anything but completely relax in that chair. I want everybody, focus your attention on your right hand. Some of you is sitting up against your legs, some of you is holding in the other hand. But just focus all your attention on your right hand, how your right hand feels. And with every word that I say, allow your right hand to feel just a little bit more relaxed. And now go ahead and focus your attention on your left hand. And just like your right hand, take a nice deep breath and allow your hand to relax. Go ahead and drop your attention down to your right foot and how it's planted on the ground. How there's nothing you need to do to support it. And just allow a wave of relaxation to come over your right foot. As you take another deep breath in, I want you to put all your attention on your eyelids. You've already shown in the audience you have a great imagination. And I want you to imagine that your eyelids are so relaxed that they just won't open. I'm going to have you test them in a moment, but right now just imagine your eyelids are so relaxed and your imagination is so strong that in a moment when you try to open them, your eyelids are just not going to open. So your eyelids are so relaxed, go ahead and give them a little try. See how good your imagination is. That's good, you can stop trying. It's not a lot of people with a great imagination. Now take the relaxation you have in your eyelids and you can kind of do like a wave from the top of your head all the way down to the tip of your feet. Just see that relaxation going. And it goes into your neck. You start to feel heavy. You start to feel a heavy neck that wants to fall forward. Every breath you take down to your chest, down to your belly. As it goes down to your legs, let your legs be so relaxed that it feels like they just don't even want to support you if you're standing. If you're in the back and want to just go down and relax on the ground, you can go down and relax on the ground. But just let your legs relax, all the muscles in your legs, in your calves, in your ankle, and every breath you take makes you feel more and more relaxed. I want you to focus on just the sound of my voice. We've done a lot with the physical relaxation. And now we're going to do a little bit with the mental relaxation. So as much as your body's relaxed, now we're going to try and relax your mind. So I'm going to come around and I'm going to touch you either on the shoulder or on the arm. And as soon as I touch you, it's like your whole body's going to be like spaghetti. It's going to be loose, it's going to be limp. Somebody beside you, they may touch you. So if they touch you on the shoulder, if they fall up against your arm, that's totally okay. We're all good friends here, and we're here to have a good time together. But again, when I touch you, just allow your whole body to relax and feel really good. So just personal touching now. Go ahead and sleep all the way down. Good. Go ahead and sleep all the way down. Good. Go ahead and sleep all the way down. Good. Go ahead and sleep all the way down. Good. Right here. Go ahead and sleep all the way down. Good. Go ahead and sleep. Go ahead and sleep. Okay. Go ahead and sleep. Good. Go ahead and sleep. Go ahead and sleep. People in the back row, when I touch you, if you want to go down to the ground, just go down slow. Relax, guys. Just be careful going down. Just be careful going down. And sleep. Just be careful. Just be careful going down. All right, now what's going to happen? All of you are so physically relaxed right now. Let's focus on your mind. And in your minds, I want you to picture a staircase. And you're actually going to walk down this staircase. And each time you take a step down, your mind is going to relax even more and more. And every word that I say is going to relax you more and more. And you're going to be more and more focused on the sound of my voice. So see that staircase as you go down step number 5. Every step you take makes you feel better and better as you get down step number 4, down step number 3. As you go down these last 3 steps, allow your mind to completely relax and let everything I say become your reality as you go down step 2, down step number 1. And when you get down to the bottom of that last step, I want your entire body, your entire mind to relax. I'm going to have the audience give you a nice loud cheer, and the louder they cheer, the more and more relaxed you'll go and the more focused you'll be. So see yourself take that last step all the way down. And give them a nice big round of applause. And so I have good news for everybody. We're actually going to go on a trip. And I'm not sure where I put music. Again, just take a nice deep breath. And you all want a vacation. So we're all going to take a vacation together. And this is all expenses paid, all the meals you can get. And we're going to go to Hawaii. So if you would like to go to Hawaii, raise your hand. Who would like to go to Hawaii? Who would like to go to Hawaii? Just paying attention to the people. There we go. Some of these are really good. Just the person I'm touching now. You want to go to Hawaii? Yeah? You want to go to Hawaii? Good. All right. So what I want you to do, we're going to take this trip to Hawaii. This is a trip of a lifetime. So everybody just sit up nice and straight. You can keep your eyes closed right now. In a minute, we'll have you open them. But I want you to imagine that we're on our way to Hawaii. And you're in a beach chair, so go ahead and sit back, relax. This is a chance you just graduated high school, this is your chance to have a summer off, this is your chance to relax. It's a beautiful day, it's sunny, you're in your beach chair. This is a time to get your tan, this is a time to have fun. And as you're sitting in the beach chair, you're starting to notice that things are getting just a little bit hotter. So it's just gone from 70 to 75 degrees. Now it's going from 75 to 80 degrees. It's getting hotter and hotter, and it goes from 80 to 85. 85 to 90, so you start to fan yourself. The more you fan yourself, the cooler you get. The more you fan yourself, the better that you feel. 90 to 95, it's getting so hot. Now I got some cooling lotion. Hold your hand out, I'm gonna give you some lotion. Put it all over yourself as soon as you get it. It's gonna make you feel good, it's gonna make you feel cool. Rub that all over, rub it all over. Just rub that all over, rub it all over, just rub that all over. On the back, I'm giving you some lotion. Rub it all over, rub it all over. Everybody in the back, you just got some lotion, rub it all over. All right, everybody take a nice deep breath in. Air conditioner's on, everybody's feeling great, feeling more and more relaxed. And on the count of 3, I want you to look up at me. You're going to see me on the front of the stage. 1, 2, 3. Everybody open your eyes. You're all doing such a great job. Now, what are we going to do? Anytime I point at you, I know you all feel so much better with your eyes closed and feeling relaxed. So anytime I point at you and I just say the word sleep, you're going to go right back, just like a rag doll, into that state of relaxation. All right, so go ahead and just watch my fingers. We go down the line. Go ahead and sleep, 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 and sleep. Back row, just watch me all together. Ready? And sleep. All right, so we're gonna just the guy I'm touching now. This guy right here. In a moment, I'm gonna wake you back up, and you're gonna find something really strange has happened. You're gonna realize that you can no longer remember the number 6. So the number 6 is completely erased from your mind. So when you count, you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and so on. If it's backwards, it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And so you're not going to remember the number 6. If you understand that, nod your head yes for me. Perfect. And this person right down here on the end. All right. In a moment when I wake you up, you're actually become the laugh police. So when I wake you up, I'm going to send you out into the audience. You're not going to hit anybody, so don't hit anybody. But if anybody starts to laugh out in the audience, you need to get them to stop. You need to yell at them. You need to scream at them. Whatever you need to do, you're the laugh police. Nobody in this room is allowed to laugh. Do you understand that? Nod your head yes for me. Perfect. All right, everybody take a nice deep breath in, and you can all open your eyes. And I understand you have an important job to do. Is that correct? Okay, yeah. So if you want to, just be careful going down the steps there. I'm just going to interview. Let's interview somebody on the stage. Let's interview this guy right here, if you don't mind. Come on. We're going to do this. If you stand right in the middle of the stage. And what's your first name?
Nico.
So Nico, how many fingers do you have?
10.
And how many toes do you have?
10.
10. Yeah. All right. So we're going to test you out. Go ahead and put both hands out. So what we're going to do is we're going to count 1 through 10. We'll start here with number 1. We'll go all the way up to number 10. Okay? Ready?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, wait a second, Nico. I thought you said you had 10 fingers.
I thought I did too.
You know, maybe I went a little fast. Let's go a little bit slower. Okay. So you know how many fingers you have. How many do you have? 10. Yeah. How many toes do you have? 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
What? Did you grow an extra finger?
I don't think I did.
What happened to our laugh police? No, that's not her. She didn't take off, did she? Oh, okay, back up there. All right, let's go ahead with our hands back up. All right, let's go backwards this time. So we'll go 10 all the way down to the number 1. All right, check it out.
Wait, 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I don't think I can have 0 fingers.
Did you grow an extra finger?
No, I definitely did.
All right, you know, let's watch this. When I snap my fingers, the number 6 is going to come back in your mind. Watch. 1, 2, 3. Just count 1 through 10 for me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Give him a big round of applause. And you can come on back up here. You did a great job. We didn't hear too many laughs out there. People in the back row, I'm going to have you just swing around to the front. So if you can all stand up. And Go maybe make a nice line right about here. You don't have a seat on the floor. Yeah, go a couple feet in front of the people in the chairs. Take 2 steps forward. Perfect. And you can have a seat right there. So let's do the chairs first. You're doing a great job. Nice to meet you. Sleep all the way down and sleep and sleep and sleep and sleep and sleep, sleep and 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 sleep all the way down. Perfect. Let's throw I'm not so sure about it. God, sleep. 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 And sleep all the way down. Alright, so good news for all of you. I'm going to give every single person for your graduation present your dream car. So everybody sit up nice and straight. You need to keep your eyes closed and see yourself getting into your dream car. You're so excited for this, you want to show it off. First we got to start it up, so go ahead and put the key in the ignition. Get this thing started. Alright, go ahead and adjust the mirror, get everything set. Alright, go ahead and turn the radio on. Good job. Alright, you want to show this off to your friends, so go ahead and pull out of the driveway. Take a look out the left-hand side. You're going to see some of your friends. Give them a wave. Go ahead and take a look out the right-hand side. Give them a wave. You definitely want all your friends to see this car. Take a selfie of yourself behind the wheel. Make sure you upload that. Perfect. Now, of course, we want to see how fast this car can go. So go ahead and put your foot on the pedal. Let's go from 50 to 60, 60 to 70. Hold on tight, 70 to 80. This thing's really moving, 80 to 90. Keep it going, see if you can get it all the way up to 100. All right, go ahead and pull it over. It looks like the police has caught you. You know you were going almost 100 miles an hour. So this policeman is willing to let you off if you can give him an excuse that he's never heard before about why you were speeding. So think of the best reason why you were speeding in this car to tell this police officer. So we'll check with just a couple people. Just the person I'm touching now. Why were you speeding?
I was being chased by the fastest sloth alive.
Chased by the fastest sloth. How about right here? Just the person I'm touching. Why were you speeding?
My fairy godmother was in danger.
Fairy godmother was in danger. How about the person I'm touching now? Why were you speeding?
I had to go take my fish on a walk.
Take a fish on a walk? I will take a ticket for you. No, you're my favorite so far. Why were you speeding?
My car is green.
Speeding because your car is green. Interesting. How about this person? Why were you speeding?
My dog is stuck on the roof.
Stuck on the roof. This guy right here. Why were you speeding?
My microwave was about to beep.
Just this girl right here. Why were you speeding?
I was Lightning McQueen.
Lightning McQueen. And right here. Why were you speeding?
I was being chased by birds.
Being chased by birds. Everybody take a nice deep breath in. We're going to let you off. We're not going to give any tickets today. You all gave great excuses. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the movies. So I want you to imagine we're going to the movies. There's one thing about the movies. Anytime you hear me say the word popcorn, if you hear me say the word popcorn, you're going to smell the worst smell you've ever smelled in your entire life. And you're going to be convinced that it's coming from the person sitting beside you. Right? So you'll be convinced it's coming from the person sitting beside you. Now, it will not make you sick, but it's going to just be a disgusting smell. And you're convinced it's the person coming from the person beside you. And if I ask you, what's the matter? You're not afraid to kind of point them out and let me know exactly what the smell is and what they smell like. If everybody understands that, nod your head yes? All right. So if everybody wants to, you can go ahead and open your eyes. If you see the little rectangle movie theater up there in the back, you can go ahead and watch this first movie. It's the funniest movie you've ever seen in your life. So as you watch it, it's funny. It makes you want to laugh. And it has some of your favorite actors, some of your favorite actresses. And the more you watch it, the funnier it gets. The more you watch it, the funnier it gets. Yeah, keep watching. There's some really, really good parts in there. And every second that passes by, it gets more and more funny. It gets more and more funny. Keep watching. Allow the funny part to come. All right, we got a little break in the movie. I think I'm going to go get us all some popcorn. Y'all want some popcorn? This person right here, you seem a little uncomfortable. What's the matter?
Number 4.
She took a number 4. How about you? What's the matter?
It's gotta be her.
Yeah, what about her?
She smells bad.
Smells bad? What do you smell?
Rotten eggs.
How about here? Do you smell anything?
It's like when someone vomits at Waldemar.
Somebody vomiting at Walter. What's going on over here?
Katie smells like butt.
Smells like what? How about here? What do you smell?
He smells like the bathrooms at the beach.
What do you smell?
It smells like rotten eggs.
Rotten eggs. Down here, what do you smell?
I don't think she's ever heard of deodorant.
All right, so smell's gone. Take a nice deep breath. Smell's gone, smell's gone. All right, movie's coming back on. Go ahead and look up there. But this movie, it's not so funny anymore. It's starting to turn sad. And if you're watching the movie, you're watching a movie about a little puppy. And the puppies run away. And the person's so afraid that their puppy's not going to come back. And this reminds you of your own puppy. Your puppy that ran away just 3 days ago. And the more you watch it, the more it reminds you of your puppy. It makes you sad. I know if you need to cry, you can cry. It just reminds you so much of your puppy that you miss, that just ran away 3 days ago. I can see you're really upset. What was your puppy's name?
I've never had a dog.
So, how about here? What's the name of your puppy?
Enzo.
Enzo. We're hoping Enzo comes. You look really, really sad. What's the name of your puppy?
Tots.
Tox. Okay. Anybody else missing their puppy? What's the name of your puppy?
Princess.
Princess. Who else is missing their puppy who wants to share what their name is? You seem really, really sad. What's your puppy's name?
Bogey.
Anybody else really, really sad about their puppy? Want to share the puppy's name? Everybody good? All right. Take another deep breath. Watch the puppy. Oh, look at the movie. The puppy actually came back. And look in front of you. Your puppy just came back. Go ahead, scoop your puppy up. You're so happy. Take him, take him, take him. Pick him up. Give him a hug. Squeeze him, hug him. You're so excited. Your puppy has just come back. Yeah, there you go. Love your puppy. Love your puppy. Now, when you try and put him down, you find out your puppy is now glued to your hands. Try and put your puppy down. Put your puppy down. But he got caught in some kind of glue. You can't get him away from your hands. Now your puppy's got diarrhea. Puppy's got diarrhea. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Everybody on the chairs, look up here at me. Go ahead and sleep, 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 and sleep. Just the people in the front row. Everybody, this guy right here, I want you to stay. And this girl right here, you two stay. And everybody else, you did a great job. All of you, just take a nice deep breath. You can go ahead and back out into the audience. Yeah, give them a round of applause. Some of them had like a blank. This is going. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. And you may be able to get you some chairs here in a second. All right. So you just stay right there and sleep. Nice to meet you. And sleep all the way down. All right. So right now, just the person I'm touching on the shoulder now, all the way down. And actually, we'll use this one and this one. These two girls together. In a moment, I'm going to wake you both up, and you're going to find out that neither one of you can remember your last names. So as much as you try, your last names have been erased from your memory. So every time I ask you your last name, you're not going to be able to say it. And everybody else that's up here on stage, When you realize that these two people can't remember their last names, it's going to be the funniest thing that you've ever seen in your entire life. All right, so if you two understand that, nod your head yes. Perfect. Everybody go ahead and sit up nice and straight. Take a nice deep breath. Just keep focused on what's going on here. Keep listening to my voice. We're going to interview a couple people. This guy right here, you can sit up nice and straight. This guy right here, you can sit up, enjoy this. Nice and straight. We'll just use the two people on the end. If you don't mind coming up, we're going to do a little interview with you. And so come on up to the front of the stage. I'll put you over on this side. You stay on this side. Now we're just going to kind of get to know you a little bit. So what's your first name?
Bernie.
Bernie. What's your middle name?
Kathleen.
What's your last name? Let's go a little louder. What's your first name?
Brad.
What's your middle name?
Kathleen.
What's your last name? How about you? What's your
Stella.
What's your middle name?
Grace.
What's your last name? We're not so sure. Let me see here. In a second. In a moment, I'm going to wake you back up. Every time I ask you what your first name is, you're going to give me a different name. You don't want me to know it, so you're going to lie to me. Each time you're going to lie with a different name. You understand that? Nod your head yes? Okay, go ahead. Wake up. Let's try that again. Go ahead. What's your first name?
Bryn.
Your middle name?
Kathleen.
Your last name?
I don't know.
And how about you? What's your name?
Liz.
Okay. Perfect. And what's your first name?
Stella.
Your middle name?
Grace.
Your last name?
It's not coming to me.
And what was your name?
Paige.
You tried to get it? Did you have it like on the tip of your tongue? No. Who knows? What is her last name? Waylon? Just the person in the front row. There's too many. Boylan. Okay, Boylan. Does that sound familiar? Boylan. Just remember Boylan, okay? What's your first name?
Bryn.
Your middle name?
Kathleen.
Your last name?
Boylan.
Don't seem too confident about that.
Boylan.
Have you ever heard that before?
Oh no.
How about you? What's your first name?
Stella.
Your middle name?
Grace.
Your last name? What's her last name? Does that sound familiar? Let's try it. What's your first name?
Stella.
Your middle name?
Grace.
Your last name?
Hearts.
Seem too sure about
No.
that. And what was your name again?
Alex.
That's perfect. All right, you two watch here. Watch my fingers right in the middle. On the count of three, your last names are going to come back into your lines. 1, 2, and 3. What's your first name?
Bryn.
Middle name?
Kathleen.
Last name?
Moylan.
And your first name?
Stella.
Middle name?
Grace.
Last name?
Hearts.
Perfect. Give them a big round of applause. You can go back to where you are. All right, let's see this guy right here. Let's see. Sleep all the way down. Go ahead and sleep. All right. Now we're going to do the world's worst dance contest. So if you're not a good dancer, this is your perfect chance. Now, not everybody has to enter this, but if you would like to be in it, the prize is $10,000. And we're going to be looking for the people with the absolute worst dance moves. So if you would like to be part of this contest, raise your hand who would like to be in. So you're going to be one of our contestants. You're going to be a contestant. You'll be a contestant. You'll be a contestant. Let's see. You'll be a contestant. And this will be a contestant right here. All right. So everybody go ahead and sit up nice and straight. Take a nice deep breath in. If you're a contestant for our dance contest, go ahead and step forward. Stand up, step forward. And again, we're not looking for the best dancer. We're looking for the absolute worst dancer. So go ahead and show your worst dance moves. if this is your big chance, show me your worst. All right, how about a big round of applause for our world first dancers? Take a nice big bow. You can all go head back, except for you. I'm going to have you stay here. So what I want you to do is hold up your finger. So you've noticed throughout the show, like when I point at people and say the word sleep, it puts them in a really relaxed state. So I'm going to pass that ability onto this finger. And what I want you to do is go right down the line and touch people on the forehead with your finger. And as soon as they touch them, it's going to knock you right out into a nice deep sleep. Perfect. Don't forget the two people in the front row. All right, go ahead and have a seat. Now here's the thing. You know what that finger has the ability to do. So what I want you to do is hold your finger up like this. Take your other hand and hold it up against your wrist. And what you know when that finger touches your forehead, it's going to knock you out and put you to sleep. I want you to stare at your finger, and you're going to see your finger slowly start to move closer and closer to your forehead. And the more that you stare at it, the more you try and keep it away, the more and more it's going to go towards your forehead. So try and keep it away. The harder you try and keep it away, the closer and closer it's going to get. And you're just going to see that finger go closer and closer together. You're going to see that finger go closer and closer together. Closer and closer to your forehead. The harder you try, the faster it goes. The harder you try, the faster it goes. And as soon as it touches your forehead, it's going to knock you right out. Just the girl I'm touching now. Take a nice deep breath in. Allow yourself to relax. I don't think she's used to being this relaxed. She's having a little reaction to it. Take another nice deep breath in. Slowly open your eyes. There we go. Just sit up nice and straight. You can just kind of enjoy what you're seeing here. All right, now, one last thing. This guy I'm touching here, just the guy I'm touching right now, you weren't part of the dance contest, but there's still a dance going on. So when you wake up, you're going to see the most beautiful girl you've ever seen in your entire life. And you're going to have the confidence to go up and ask her to dance. And she's going to say yes. I can tell you ahead of time. She's already told me she thought you're a good-looking guy. She's really hoping you want to dance with her. So when you see it's the most beautiful-looking girl, you'll see her standing with me that you've ever seen in your life, and you're going to give her a slow dance that she's never had before. Do you understand that? Nod your head yes? Okay, good. You can go ahead. Everybody open your eyes. You can sit up nice and straight. And give me 1 second. You can just stay right there for now. What you're going to do is I'm going to throw this thing, you're going to see it fly across the room, it's going to circle around, it's going to come back and hit you in the head. As soon as it hits you in your head, it's going to knock you right out, make you go right back into that state of relaxation and focus. Here it goes, ready? Watch it, watch it, watch it, here it comes. And let's go. right down here, just the person I'm touching now. When I wake you up, you're going to find out you're no longer yourself, but you're actually a Martian. You're here visiting the planet Earth, and you're going to be here, and we're going to interview you and get to learn a little bit about you, learn a little bit about your planet. And this person right here, you actually work for NASA. So you know how to speak the Martian language, you've been studying Martians your entire life, so you can translate for us. So when the Martian talks to us, you can tell us what they're saying in Martian, and then you can talk to them in Martian. If you understand that, nod your head yes for me. Okay, everybody sit up nice and straight. Take a nice deep breath. All right, pretty exciting. Tonight we got somebody here visiting from NASA. NASA, if you could come on up here, we're just going to interview you. Now here we have a Martian visiting Earth right now, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
So what are some things that you've learned so far about this Martian?
Well, it walks on all fours. I find that incredible. It gets around on that rocky landscape better that way.
Good, and the Martian's right down there. I don't know Martian. Can you call the Martian over here? Rude. So this is a Martian. Can you ask the Martian where she's from? What did she test?
The North Crater.
She's from the North Crater. Okay, can you ask her what she does on Mars?
She's a farmer who farms green bananas. They never turn yellow.
Yeah, interesting. So can you ask her if she has a boyfriend on Mars?
Oh, yeah.
Ask her if she can show us with her hands what a Martian guy looks like. Ask her what she likes about the planet.
She doesn't like it here.
She doesn't like it here. No. Ask her why she doesn't.
Oh, I don't know either. She said that she doesn't understand why we walk on 2 feet instead of 4.
So how about the audience? Anybody in the audience have a question they want to ask the Martian before we send her back to her planet? Yes? Yeah, she wants to know why she walks up.
You didn't understand that? That's pretty easy. Oh, okay. She just said that it's easier, it's faster. She has better climbing ability.
Anybody else want to ask our Martian a question?
I do.
Right there. We want to know the boyfriend. Go ahead.
You don't have shoes.
Did you the shoes back? So I'm very glad that you all came. You can actually just stay right here. You go back to your seat. And then you can stay right here, punch up your hand, and sleep all the way down. Go ahead and sleep all the way down. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Sleep, 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 sleep. All right, just the person I'm touching now. I know my time is just about up, so we're going to use this girl right here. And let's see, okay, so somebody name somebody up here. Everybody in the chairs is good. Which one? Green pants. Right here. All right, so just the person I'm touching now right here. Person I'm touching now right here. And we'll do one more. How about one more?
Anna gets the zebra shirt.
The zebra right here?
Yeah.
And just the person I'm touching now. So number 1 right here, number 2, and number 3. So those 3, when I wake you all up, you're all going to find out that you're secret spies. And there's 3 people in this room that has committed some terrible crimes. They've done something to the school, they've done something to the students. You've been investigating, you know what it is. So when I wake you up, And when I tell you to take all your evidence, you're going to go out into the audience, you're going to find the person who committed the crime, and you're going to bring them on stage, and you're going to let us all know exactly what they did. If you three understand that, nod your head yes. Perfect. Everybody take a nice deep breath, wide awake. All right. So I know you all came to enjoy a show today. Unfortunately, there's a couple people in the audience that are about to be arrested. So there's some spies, they've been doing some investigation. And so if all of you spies want to go find and grab the person you've been investigating, bring them up here. We want to find out what they did. Looks like we got our three. Now you can reveal the secret finally. What did you investigate? What did you find? What did she do?
She kidnapped puppies and kept them in the school.
And what was her punishment going to be?
20 years in jail.
And who did you find?
Her.
And what did she got?
She paintballed the school.
Paintball at the school. What's her punishment going to be?
Death.
Who are you?
Paige. What did Paige do?
She threw water balloons in the garden.
Yeah, she's in her own world. That's okay. So you three, the three spies, if you go back to your seats, give them a round of applause for saving us. This is person right here. Can you stand up? We'll do like one last quick demonstration. What I want you to know, hypnosis, I'm also a licensed counselor. I use it sometimes in my practice. It can do like amazing things because it changes like your perception of different things. So let's go back to first grade. Who's your first grade teacher?
Miss Police.
And I'm guessing you don't remember where you sat in the classroom?
I do.
Do you remember who sat beside you?
No.
Behind you?
No.
In front of you?
No.
So what I want you to do, keep good balance. Don't fall down, but go ahead and sleep. Keep good balance. In a moment, I'm going to wake you back up, and in this part of your brain, it's going to be clear as day exactly who sat on your left, who sat on your right, who sat in front of you, and who sat behind you in first grade. We're going to go back to picture day. You're going to remember everything about it, exactly what you were wearing. If you understand that, nod your head yes. Go ahead and stand up nice and straight. Okay. So we're going back. I hear you have an amazing memory. And you actually remember first grade picture day?
Yeah, I do.
What did you wear to school that day?
I wore a little pink dress with white flowers on it.
Good. So imagine you're back in first grade. It's picture day. Who's the student sitting to your left?
Nico.
Nico. Who's sitting to your right?
Kayla.
Who's sitting in front of you?
I can't remember his name, but I can picture him.
What did he look like?
He had long dark hair.
And who sat behind you?
A girl named Paige.
Good. So again, all that to demonstrate, like hypnosis can be used not just for fun and laughs and entertaining, but different ways to change your perception on things. And it reduces stress, reduces anxiety, helps with trauma, all kinds of different things. So you did a great job remembering those things. All right. So if you want to go ahead and just have a seat on the floor. What we're going to do now, we're going to bring everybody out. You all did an awesome job. So last time, just watch my finger. As soon as I say sleep, all of you just take it. Sleep all the way down the front row, right here on the floor. Go ahead, you all three, go ahead and sleep. And what we're going to do, if you remember at the beginning, we did a staircase. You're walking down the staircase. This time, we're actually going to walk up the staircase. So when you get to the top, level. What I want you to do though, one thing that you want to change about your life, so maybe there's a bad habit you want to break, maybe you want to finish your senior year strong, maybe you got some hard tests coming up, and you need a little bit more concentration. So all the hypnosis, imagination stuff we did today, you're going to remember all of it, and all of it will be gone, except for one thing that you want for yourself. Maybe less stress, maybe more focus. If you're a sports player, maybe you want to just have better hand-eye coordination for an upcoming game. So allow that to stay with you. So watch yourself come up that step as we go up step number 1. You're still feeling nice and relaxed. You're still feeling calm. When we get to the top step, you're going to continue feeling good and be so glad that you volunteered and put on a great show for everybody tonight. Up step 2, up step 3. Take a nice deep breath as you go to the 4th step. And as you finally come up the last step, allow your eyes to open. And still feeling nice, feeling calm, feeling relaxed, feeling confident. So glad that you participated today. So everybody go ahead and stand up. And we're all on the count of 3 going to take a nice big bow, and they put on an excellent show for all of you, so show your appreciation. 1, 2, and 3. Take a nice deep bow. All did great. Be careful heading down the steps. Again, I think somebody will come out and introduce the next act. My name is Mike Lee. You all were so awesome. Congratulations on your graduation. And best of luck in all your future. Thank you very much.